Hello and welcome to
Amber Does Colorado with the girls.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
That's me. My name is Amber Shaw, the Shaw of St. Augustine. I'm a realtor and yoga instructor who loves to travel all over the world and check out some stuff. So I've been to Colorado 3 times. This is my 3rd time going to Colorado. And I decided that I wanted to climb Pikes Peak mountaintop summit area for my birthday because I turned 40 this year and I'm not really into hiking too much. So I kind of wanted to do it before I get any older and really never want to do it ever again. But check out some of these waterfalls and some of these beautiful views that I saw in Colorado as you follow along with me on my recent birthday trip with some of my friends who joined me to go check out some of these awesome sights. But first, seriously, when I was in the airport leaving Boston to head down to Denver, I ran into some of the Savannah Bananas and one of the firefighters. I was so excited. And this other guy was saying that he wasn't one of them. And honestly, I think he was telling me the truth because at first I thought he was lying. But anyways, as soon as I got to Denver, my friend picked me up from the airport because she had gotten there right before I did. And then we were able to go up to the Estes State Park for checking out some of the Rocky Mountains. And I've never been to the Rocky Mountains before. Check out this site on the Rocky Mountains area in Estes State Park. This was just absolutely gorgeous. And my friend was telling me that part of the training that I needed to be aware of during our hiking experience was that the altitude can really get to you because the air gets super thin. So it means that there is less oxygen inside the air, and then your lungs absorb less oxygen because there is less oxygen. Therefore, you are currently always panting. So I was panting and hyperventilating a lot when I was in Colorado, and my friend kept telling me to try to train for altitude, but there's kind of really no way to train for altitude. So if you want to train for altitude, I'm a personal trainer and I tried to train myself, but honestly, you just kind of have to go running and try to breathe as little as possible. So that's the trick there. But look at that view. Look at that. Just look at that. Can you look at that? That is just beautiful. So we were driving around and we were just looking at this awesome stuff, and we were going to all these different state parks. This might be Red Rock Park, I believe. We were driving by there and we were trying to go to the Red Rock Amphitheater, but we couldn't get there because it wasn't really on the way. And then we thought that we were going there and we went to this one Red Rock place, but it was not the right place. So our 3rd party member joined us at the end of my first day there because I was actually supposed to get in super late. Actually, I decided to switch my flight to an earlier time, which is how I was in that line at JetBlue and ran into all those Savannah Bananas. So if I didn't go to an earlier flight, I would have never run into those dudes. Anyways, that Danny Olson, Hosley, oh my God, Hotsley, more like. Anyways, so that was so fun, and that's the Denver, Colorado Studios or stadium of some sort that we just passed by. All right, now we are in and out of some of these videos that kind of got messed up in a time frame here because they're just kind of all over the place, honestly. What happened was the first day that I was in Colorado, my phone broke. And I was literally just taking pictures, chilling out with my friend, and then my phone screen just went black and I had a heart attack because I love taking videos and photos with my phone.
You're wondering
how I got here. And there's one right there. She's one of my good friends. She's always going to pick me up when I need a pick-me-up. She's fun. Emily is her name, and she's a heart of gold. And there's Stephanie. So the 3 of us went out for some steak dinner right before our outing. But that day, the second day that we were there, I had to go to a phone store. We had to actually go to 3 different phone stores to go find me a new phone and exchange my other phone. But I got followed by the paparazzi. Look at this. So we were in the Garden of Gods, and there was a girl there who was a weather lady for one of the NBC channels or something. And she was trying to get interviews with people to ask questions about the weather, and so I just asked her a little question about the weather, and then we had a little conversation. But she looked bored, so I wanted to help her out because I used to do events, so I know what it's like to try to capture people who are busy. So if I'm not really that busy, I'll go talk to somebody. And then we went to the Cave of the Winds. That was really cool. Check out the Cave of the Winds. I kept wanting to call it the Colors of the Wind from the Pocahontas.
You guys gotta feel them all the way close to me. If you guys can't
All
see
these
around this corner,
stalactites and
see back,
stalagmites.
you guys aren't far enough in the room.
But honestly, this cave was pretty well maintained, and like what I mean by that is pretty overrun with man-made things. Like there was like a lot of cement like on the floor and stuff, which made it easier to walk, but for like the I don't know, authenticity of the caviness or whatever. I enjoy a good amount of danger, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I like want to climb a mountain, I want to get lost, I'm like, oh, I heard people can die up there, But it's not really like that anymore, you guys. So you really have to go like somewhere good to get lost or something. I don't know. I might have a death wish, but anyways, it's okay. It's okay. I don't have a death wish. Like I have a fun death wish. Like I just want to have a good story. But anyways, check out all these caves. So there was actually in this cave, and I don't know if I got a picture of it because I didn't, it was fake, right? So there was a hole that was on the floor in the corner on the cave on the floor there. And it was somebody had shoved like a pair of pants in there and then put some shoes in there upside down, so it kind of looked like somebody was in there as if their feet were sticking out. So it's interesting how they like won't tell you how many people have died in these caves, but a lot have. But yeah, look at that. It says God's underground gift to Colorado. And you couldn't go back there, though. So whatever they had done back there used to be some sort of a weird, I don't know. But they won't tell you what it is now. But check out this. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Ooh, look at that view. It's so pretty. So this was right outside of the Cave of the Winds. And that place was pretty cool. They had like a play place and stuff. So it was fairly commercial. They had all the places have food now. Everywhere has chicken fingers and french fries. Absolutely insane. But anyways, so it's interesting to see these places that are supposed to be so wholesome and stuff. And then they still have chicken fingers and french fries. But that's cool. Look at these views. They were just so gorgeous. Honestly, the fun thing about the elevation? It's like, you just constantly are losing your breath because your breath is being taken away by these beautiful views. It's just so breathtaking. You don't even need to breathe. So look at this windy road. This was fun. This was leaving the Cave of the Winds. There's me and Emily having some fun. So this was fun because the whole trip was fun because my two friends came with me, and we're from Florida. So we went from Florida to Colorado, and we all met there, and it was funny because all three of us had different flights, and there was a fourth one who was supposed to come too, but her flight got canceled and rescheduled and all this stuff. And honestly, I was actually talking to my husband about how some of the later afternoon flights are more likely to get canceled and delayed and all that. So I was supposed to go out at like 6, and I was like, why don't I try to get out earlier just in case my flight does get canceled. Oh man, but have you ever had Dutch Brothers? So my friend lives in Colorado, which is why I went there for the first time 3 years ago, and I've been there every summer since. And they have this place called Dutch Brothers, and Dutch Brothers is a chain of coffee. But honestly, like, it's so sweet. It's very, 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 very sweet. So if you like sweet coffee, that's great. But Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, they all have. And there's our Airbnb. So the night before we went hiking, we stayed in a beautiful A-frame wooden cabin. And then we left at 5:30 in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning to head out to the trailhead. And this is where we took off. And there we go. We're on our way. We have our little walking sticks. And I put my phone down.
7 hours
later.
We did it. We made it. Dude, I'll tell you one thing.
Hey, Stephanie, who just piked
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Glorious. So it was definitely super satisfying to get up at the top. They have donuts up there. They're not very good. I don't know if you're into donuts. If you're into bad donuts, they're great. But this is the view from the top of Pikes Peak. I tried to keep my phone away for the entire hike because I was going so slow because I could not get enough oxygen. And I was hyperventilating a lot, actually, and like, but I'd like use my yogic mentality or whatever and like tell myself that I was hyperventilating, tell myself to relax. And there's my friend Stephanie doing a bunch of jumps. We had so much fun. She is the best. She is such a fun spirit. and I just love her. She's just such a authentic
There's the summit
individual.
of Pikes Peak right there, and we're on our
She
descent
is an
on the way
actual billy
down.
goat. She was
Here's the
like a half
view.
mile away from me,
Enjoy.
like the whole time. But
Gorgeous.
honestly, she taught me how to hike. I never really knew. Look at we went over some snow. Some snow. I think we went over a patch of snow twice or something like that. It got cold up there, man. It was July 10th, and we did it on July 10th, 2025. Year. Oh man, and then it was raining, and there is Tanya. Hi, Tanya. She's so funny. So her and her husband Kevin, they're from Indiana, man, or Iowa, one of those I states. I want to say Indiana though. Anyways, so it was lightning and thunder, and my friend really hates lightning and thunder, so we ended up on our way somewhere, and we ended up getting into their car, and they let us stay there, and they were our little saviors for our trip. Guardian angels, Tanya and Kevin. I'm gonna send her this video later. Oh, and then we saw some 2 deers, like right when we left. That was really cool and like magical. One was pooping. It was adorable. And yeah, we saw some deers, and we hiked the mountain, and we saw some of these animals and stuff, and we had a lot of fun. We saw some nature, saw some caves. And there's my friend Kim. She moved from Florida to Colorado a couple of years ago, and she is also such a beautiful human being. Also, I miss her very much, and I'm so happy that I got to go see her. So she came and had dinner with us once, and then she had breakfast with us once, and then we had this beautiful pancake flight. That was fun. And then she drove me to the airport, and then I missed my flight. Oh my God, I was late. I messed up my flight. I don't know why. I thought my flight was leaving like 15 minutes later than it actually was. But anyways, I finally did get on a flight, but I had to go through Nashville, and then fucking Nashville, I had to spend the night there.
My name is Amber, and
I'm Stephanie, and I brought all the equipment.
I'm Amber, and
Stephanie, and I found the urban
I'm Amber, and I went to Colorado to climb Pikes Peak. But I made it back safe and sound, and I'm ready for another round. So let's go somewhere else next time, and I'll see you soon. Come on down to St. Augustine and hit me up. Buttercup. Bye.